What's good? What's good? We got a great show today, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Billionaire Charlie. I'm already rich. Great YouTube channel, man. I'm doing my thing. Don't forget to support me, man. We got some new books out in the description, and we also got the clothing line in the description, man. I would like for y'all to remember to donate the cash tag Billionaire Charlie. I mean, to support the channel to help us keep growing. Thank y'all.
Were you driving fast as you left that location? Yes. Did you drive from that location directly to a freeway? Yes. Which freeway did you drive to? The one that the 405 by La Cienega? Let me show you Grand Jury Exhibit number 23. It's an aerial photo. It is labeled a path from 3420 Slauson to the 405 freeway. Do you recognize the exhibit? Yes. Okay. Now you testified that when you left 58th place, you went directly to the 405 freeway, correct? Correct. Now, this has a path highlighted along Slauson. Slauson runs east to west to the 405 freeway. Is that the route you took, or did you take some other route? Can you repeat the question? From 58th place, did the two of you immediately go to Slauson and then take Slauson all the way to the freeway, or were you turning up and down various streets to get there? No, when I left 58th Street, I kept straight I wouldn't be able to go no more. It was just like straight. And then it was construction. A construction ended. It was like on, I think that was La Brea. So on 58, it was like, it's straight out. I turned to the left. I don't know what street. I think it was La Brea because it was close by La Cienega and there's a Ralph's. Okay, let me stop you there. You didn't take the route that's highlighted on this exhibit, correct? Correct. Nevertheless, you went from the location at 3420 to the 405 freeway that's shown on this exhibit, correct? Correct. And then you got on the 405 freeway and drove south, is that correct? Correct. Did you drive directly to another place, to one place where you let him out of the car? When I dropped him off, when I got on the freeway and on our way taking him, when I was on my way taking him, it was on the freeway. That's the only time I dropped him off. Okay, I asked a poor question. Was your next stop, after leaving the alley at 58th place, was your next stop someplace where you dropped him off? Yes. Okay, and where did you drop him off at, meaning whose house, if you know? Harold. Was that his cousin you testified about earlier? Yes. Did you drive directly to Harold's house from the alley at 58th place? Yes. Tell us about any of the conversation that happened in the car between the two of you from the time you left to the time you got to Harold's house. Only conversation was I asking him where did he want to go, did he want me to take him to his house, and where he wanted me to drop him off at, and that was it. He told me to cut on some music. Cut on music on the way there? Yes. Did you turn on the radio? Yes. When the radio was turned on, did you hear any reports about a shooting at 3420 Slauson? No. Did you hear any news reports about a shooting at 3420 Slauson? No. Did he at some point tell you to turn off the radio? No. Did you have any conversation about what just happened? No. Did he give you any instructions or directions telling you, either, and these are just examples, telling you things like don't tell anybody about what happened? Did he tell you don't call anybody, don't post anything on the internet? Did he tell you anything at all? No. It's your testimony that he didn't even talk about it. Is that correct? Correct. What about guns? After he got back in the car, you testified that you saw which gun? I saw the 9mm. The black gun? Correct. We'll call that the black gun. Yes. And did you see any other gun? Yes, the revolver. Okay, you saw that once he got back in the car, he had both guns. Yes. What, if anything, did you see him do with those guns as you were driving to where you dropped him off? I saw him put the 9mm in the bag where he got the food from. I didn't see where he put the revolver at. And when you got to Harold's house, did you stop and let him out of the car, or did you park and get out with him? I I stopped and I let him get out of the car. So is it your testimony that he got out of the car, walked away from your car, and then you left? Right. When he got out of the car, did he take the food bag that you saw him putting the gun in with him? Yes. Did you have any conversation with him when he got out of the car at Harold's house? No, he was just like, you funny style. He just said that to me. What does that mean? I don't even know. I was just like, whatever. I just repeated it back to him. I was like, you funny style. And so when you got to Harold's house now and he got out of the car and walked away from the car, were you reflecting? Were you thinking back on what just happened? Yeah. Like when he said, like, I was just feeling like he was trying to be funny because he said he was going to slap me by saying it to me. Okay, regardless of that comment, because you don't know what that means, correct? Correct. Just in terms of everything you just experienced from the time you got to the plaza until the time he walked away from the car, were you thinking about what just happened? Yeah, I was just still like, what's going on, I wanted to know what happened, with the shooting, what's going on. Where did you go after you dropped him off? I went to my mom's house. Did you talk to your mother when you got home about what occurred? Yes. And you told her what you testified to here, essentially? Yes. Approximately what time did you get home, if you recall? Around 4 something. How long did it take you to drive from 58th Place to Harold's house, approximately? 30 minutes. This all happened on a Sunday afternoon, correct? Correct. After getting to your mother's house at some point that afternoon, did you learn that Nipsey Hussle had been shot? Yes. How did you get that information? When I got home, I put my clothes in the washing machine and I sat on my bed and I went through looking at my social media. And then that's when I seen like everybody was like posting on my picture and stuff saying like, oh, we think that Nipsey Hussle been shot. We trying to make sure if he's still alive or if he's not. And then they pronounced that he was dead. What did you do after seeing information on social media about Nipsey Hussle being shot? My heart dropped. I hurried up and ran in my mom's room and told her like, Mom, I was just there and I took a picture with him, showing her everything on my phone and stuff. And she was just like, calm down, I know how you feel. You just saw him, just go relax. Okay, did it cross your mind that Nipsey Hussle got shot while you were sitting in the alley at 58th Place? Like, no, I wasn't sure, but I know, like, he was a star. So I didn't know, like, if it did have something to do with him. Maybe it did kind of cross my mind. Did it cross your mind that Eric Holder might have been the person who shot Nipsey Hussle? Did that cross your mind? Yeah, but I wasn't, like, too sure just because I knew he had the guns. Okay. Remember when you answer questions to say yes, not just yeah, okay? Okay. Thank you. All right. So when you got that information that Nipsey Hussle had been shot under, based on everything you know up to that point, did you get on the phone and call Eric Holder and tell him, hey, I just heard Nipsey Hussle got shot? Can you believe that? Did you reach out to him to see if he had heard the same news? No. Why not? I just went to my mom to talk to her. I didn't want to talk to him no more after he got an attitude with me. So your testimony is that you didn't call him or text him that night? Correct. Did you have any conversation with him that night? He called me. At what time did he call you? Around 8 o'clock. And when he called you, what was that conversation? Could I come pick him up? Did he tell you why he wanted you to come pick him up? No. Did you go pick him up? Yes. Where did you pick him up from? Picked him up from Harold's house. When you picked him up, how was he dressed? He had on, I think he changed. Well, he had on a jacket. I want to say he changed his shirt. I think he's changed his shirt. I don't want you guessing. Okay. Do you remember how he was dressed or you don't? I don't. Okay. You said he had on a jacket. Yes. What color was it? It was like the army kind, but it was the black and white hoodie kind of jacket. Okay, so a black and white hoodie jacket in the camouflage print? Yes. And when you picked him up at Harold's, did you see any guns with him at that time? No. Did you see any bags or anything that a gun could have been inside of? No. Okay, obviously you didn't pat him down and check his pockets, correct? Correct. He got in your car. Where did the two of you go? To my mom's house. Why did you take him to your mom's house? He wanted to spend the night, and then at the time, I was in the process of moving into my place, so I didn't have any furniture. Why did you let him spend the night at your mother's house? It was just like a particular thing. Like, he spent the night before, so, and then I was thinking maybe he could talk to me, or maybe something, about what's going on. But he never did talk to me. Did you ask him questions about what happened? Did you tell him what you had seen on social media about Nipsey Hussle being shot? No. Why not? I didn't want to bring it up no more to him. Why not? Just because, I didn't want him to try to threaten me again or say anything to me about it. Well, you had the option of telling him no when he asked you to pick him up, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Is that a yes? Yes. But you chose to go over and pick him up and bring him back to your mother's house to spend the night with you, correct? Correct. So if you're of the state of mind to do that, why didn't you feel free to ask him questions about what happened? I wanted him to kind of come to me and talk to me about it. By me doing that, I was trying to be nice. Let him come. Maybe he'll come talk to me about it, but he didn't. But I didn't want to ask him no more questions about it. Did he tell you why he wanted to stay with you that night as opposed to going to his own place? No. Did he tell you that he wanted to go to your house because his house was dirty? Yeah, he was telling me, he told me, he didn't want to go to his house. That was the next day. That Monday, he didn't want to go to his house because his house was dirty. That was a Monday, he told me that. Okay, so your testimony is on that night, he just asked if he could stay with you. You picked him up and brought him to your mother's house for the night? Is that your testimony? Right. And your testimony is that you had no conversation with him about what happened at the Marathon store parking lot, the gunshots, or anything related to that for the rest of that night? Correct.
What's good, guys, man? Y'all just heard the testimony, man. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the whole situation, man. When listening to what she was saying in the courtroom, I still feel like a lot of the stuff that's being provided is going on Eric Holder's side with her saying she not knowing and stuff like that. Even though me personally, I believe it's BS. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I don't want to get out of pocket with it. I just feel like, how can a situation like that happen? Think about it, man. Anybody that live in the hood, man, once you hear gunshots go off, you know something going on. Then somebody jump in the car with some ratchets on them. Come on, man. You kind of put it together. There's no way that you that blinded by the fact that you didn't know at all that this man had just committed a heinous crime against Nipsey Hussle. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna get my personal thoughts on it. I feel like there's a bunch of sitting back at home and putting together a story. You know what I mean? How do I present this in the courtroom? You know what I mean? And not being called a snitch or whatever once I get back into California. You know what I mean? And I think that's what this is, man. You know what I mean? We heard Cowboy's statement, and that basically worked in the favor of Eric Holder too. Now, this young lady's statement worked in the basically worked in the same situation. And then we got Carrie Lintham, you know what I'm saying? Most of all the people that's been testifying or saying what they got to say about the Nipsey Hussle situation has been working in the favor of Eric Holder. Now, like I say, I know some people are citizens and some people are gangsters and they live in a certain type of lifestyle. I understand it. You know what I mean? But when you go in that courtroom and they do that, you know what I'm saying? That's basically why you have so many people putting in their pen and putting in their information, because I feel like they trying to overshadow the truth, you know what I mean? And basically just wash it away. But like I say, in the culture of the gangster culture, you must not never snitch. If you're a regular citizen, you can say whatever you want to do. I just feel like this young lady being a Crip, this young man being a Crip, and they got to go back to LA, you know what I'm saying? factually, they want to be stand-up individuals and not red on the person that was riding with them or had something to do with it. Now, she may not agree with Eric Holder for what he did, but she trying to live by the G code. You know what I mean? And that's to never snitch. You know what I mean? Never rat. You know what I mean? Because everything that she said felt like it was coached, it was put together. You know what I'm saying? If you got a good lawyer team and you had as much time off to be able to put something together to make sense to the audience. But me as a person, I don't believe in it. I mean, now, like I said, you could call me wrong, get in the comments and speak on how you feel. But my whole thoughts is, it's deeper than that. I mean, anybody that got a brain that can think knows that she knew. You know what I mean? There's no way gunshot, bah, 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 go off, and then you like, you don't ask what happened, what's going on? Because evidently he was running to the car. You know what I mean? So it's like, you running to the car, oh snap, bro, what's going on out here? What's going on? You're not telling me you didn't say that. That was all coach, my guy. But like I say, man, love y'all. Peace.